Nabers. So let's get into the Malik Nabers shit. Go back and look at all of our podcasts before the draft, even into last season. We were advocating Malik Nabers. We were talking about old Zoon, and pretty much Malik Nabers, and we were like, old Dunze, whatever, however you say his name. But we were like, yo, we were watching film on him, and we knew Malik Nabers is dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Dynamic LSU product. We all know. Seems like LSU receivers get busy. Last LSU 1,000-yard receiver we had was Odell, right? That's the last time. That was like what 6-7 years ago. The last time we had 1,000-yard receiver. That's crazy. Slayton has come up, 700. Wandell's in the 700s. We haven't had a guy, that could just bust plays open. You know what I mean? He could be in the slot, could run every route on the route tree, take the top off the defense. We thought Jaylen Hyatt was that guy this year. I still think Jaylen Hyatt is that guy this year. I think Darius Slayton, because I don't think we didn't re-up with Slayton this year. So he has another year's left on his contract. I like Darius Slayton. I don't think I think Darius Slayton's good. You know what I mean? Is he super dynamic? Not really, but I think he's definitely a good number two. He's a decent number 2 wide receiver. I think he'll be the number 2 wide receiver, but I think during the year you'll start to see Jaylen Hyatt start to grow into that role. And I think by next year, he'll definitely be the number 2 receiver and possibly even a 1A receiver. But back to Malik Nabers. Malik Nabers dynamic. You see him in OTAs and minicamp catching passes with one hand. You see Steve Smith, legendary wide receiver, Steve Smith, Hall of Fame wide receiver, out there working with him. That's amazing. Him and Jaylen Hyatt. You see Deonte Banks and Malik Nabers going one-on-one in practice, reminiscent of when Pac-Man Jones was in Dallas and T.O. was there. I remember I think it was a Hard Knock. You used to see them go at each other. Yeah. That's great shit. That's great TV, man. That's great theater. In terms of Deonte Banks, man, and this is I'm not saying anything new, but you're looking at potentially a top. If everything goes away, we think it's gonna go. If it all seems to point to that. If they don't fuck this up, which I don't think they will, he can be a top 3 to top 5 wide receiver in the league. You see, Justin Jefferson just broke the fucking bank open. You know what I'm saying? We get a guy like that who puts up Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs type numbers.
Amon-Ra St. Brown,
Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyreek Hill. You know the usual suspects. Word. You see a guy who gets numbers like that, and we have him on a fucking rookie deal, similar to the deal we had Saquon on, kind of reminiscent of Saquon, except Saquon got hurt. If we get him on that deal, that's a steal. You know what? That's money we can allocate to something else. So look forward to Malik Nabers. I'm super excited. The question is, can Daniel Jones get the ball to Malik Nabers? I think so. We're going to see. I always thought Daniel Jones struggled to get the ball downfield, vision-wise, right, with his reads and his progressions and everything. We'll see if Dable can spice that up, loosen some things up for him, and do that. Same thing with Jaylen Hyatt. Same thing with Darius Slayton. Same thing with Wandell Robinson. I heard Wandell Robinson is looking crazy in OTAs and minicamp, taking slants to the house. They say he looks strong. He looks spry. He looks quick. That's really great. You got Wandell Robinson. Let me look at the rest of the receiver room. We picked up Isaiah McKenzie. I'm okay with that. Allen Robinson. I'm not sure why they did it. I guess that's just for depth. I think Bryce Ford Wheaton, another depth guy. I don't see too much out of Bryce Ford Wheaton.